Making videos on YouTube is not necessarily about the equipment. You could be using a webcam or you could be using your own mobile phone. That's what we talk about today. How to make good videos on your phone. Hello, welcome back to another video. I'm Alan Spicer, and if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, grow your YouTube channel, or push your brand out there onto the second largest search engine on the internet, click subscribe, start creating. So many times I've been told by my friends or my family or my clients looking to make their own videos that they're waiting to buy that DSLR, that they want to get that next big camera, that they want to get something serious so they can vlog better, and then 3, 6, 12 months down the line they're still not vlogging because they're still saving. Now this video is to tell you that you can record with absolutely anything as long as it records video footage. And no better than everybody else has one of these. It's a phone and a tripod. Now before I deep dive into tips on how you can make fantastic videos on your own phone, I want to know, what do you record with? Are you a webcam warrior like me? Are you a DSLR camera person? Are you already recording on your iPhone or your Android? Please leave a comment down below. It's time to get the basics right. So number one, phone. Whether you are using an Android phone or whether you are using a fruit-based product, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they need a camera and they need a mic. In fact, smartphones nowadays are much more powerful than the digital cameras that vloggers used to use when they first started on YouTube 5-10 years ago. You have a decent quality microphone because that's what mobile phones are supposed to be done for, you know, talking to. And nowadays, the cameras on these things are phenomenal. Even iPhones and Androids can record in native 4K. Ultra high definition. Now some computers won't immediately edit in 4K, so maybe try recording in HD, which is 1080p, but that's still perfect for a YouTube platform. 2, before you start doing anything with your phone whilst recording, make sure that you give it a little MOT. Check the battery, check the space, because the space is where it's going to be recorded onto, and the battery, nothing more annoying than starting something and then you're gone. Make sure that it's on airplane mode so nobody can ring you whilst you're recording something. And for the love of the man on the cloud, make sure that you wipe the lens and you check the mic. Because if there's, it could be the world's best video, but if you've got a smudge down the lens, it's going to ruin the entire footage. And if they can't hear it because your thumb's over the mic or there's some chocolate biscuit in it from your pocket, then once again, it's ruined. 3, my ultimate pet peeve with most things until IGTV came out. If you're filming on YouTube, film in landscape, wider than it is tall. Because then that way it natively belongs on YouTube. I am aware that IGTV has blown that out of the water recently, so they've started doing it in portrait mode, but please, please, if you're on YouTube, avoid the disgusting black lines beside your face and just go for landscape. Lighting. Now, if you're using your phone, you may have saved because you're choosing to use your phone rather than a DSLR. And then if you're indoors where you can control your lights, I advise getting either a ring light, which is in front of me here, or you can get kind of spotlights, which I was about to pull, but I'll probably pull it over and break my set. If you want more information on my lighting setup, I've done a dedicated video here with pricings and links and everything. But as long as something's lighting you from the front and something's lighting you from either side for your background, then that's fine. In fact, you don't even have to pay for lights. In some cases, you can either use the light that's on your iPhone or your Android, or this thing called the sun. Go and use natural daylight, sit in front of a window. I think I've already lost count already. Number 5, sound. I know it can be hard at times if you live in a house with parents and children, or your next door neighbour's really loud or whatever. I know it can be hard to control the environment, but do what you can to control the area that you are recording in. Phone microphones are fine because that's what they expect you to talk into, but in some cases you need to have them quite close to your face. Try maybe an external microphone or a lapel microphone. Once again, links in the description down below. I tend to find getting an external dedicated audio device improves the quality of the product at the end. If you use your phone as your camera, as your dedicated visual, and then a clip-on mic as some kind of dedicated microphone, or you can get like little plug-in ones, once again, that's fine. But the things that you can control is a quiet room and a room that isn't too empty. One thing that even one of my clients did recently is they moved house. And in the process, they've moved into an empty-ish bedroom and their room's fairly big. That's great, feels great. You can put a load of stuff in it, right? But in a bedroom, you tend to leave it quite spacious, right? You don't want to trip over things when you're getting into bed, when you're having some fun. So in the process, some aspects of that video might be slightly echoey. Now, to eliminate that without having to buy stupid kind of egg cartons that you put on the wall, you just pad out stuff that's around you. Echoes are coming off solid surfaces. Walls, floors, ceilings, windows, tables, anything really. So what you need to do is make sure that it can't bounce off anything solid that quickly. So put some rugs down on the floor, put some jumpers near you, put some material on a wall over there, so therefore it hits that first, it breaks it up, and then it doesn't come back as an echo. Tip number 6 for making good videos on mobile phones is stability. Now, this thing here is a wonderful tripod. It's a GorillaPod type thing where you can bend the crap out of it as much as you want, right? And when I'm recording my live streams, that's what I place my phone on. Now, why do I put it on a tripod and why do I not hold it? Well, no matter how well you hold one-handed, you move. Every time you walk, you move. Every time you breathe, you move. Now, you can counteract that a little bit by holding it by 2 hands, right? And then you look at the phone, because it's a little bit more stable. But overall, you will move more than if it's just sat on a table on a tripod. And those GorillaPod type tripod things, you can wrap round trees and hold it wherever you want. And as you can see, it extends, so no matter how fat your phone is, you can fit it in there. And it has an adapter so you can put kind of your DSLR on it or your compact camera or anything else that you're choosing to put on it. But if you don't have a tripod, you can make things into a tripod. A box, a shelf. I've seen some people pretty much almost super glue it to a wall at the right height because it's not going anywhere that time. MacGyver the crap out of something that you know is stable and then you know exactly where to aim for at any point. And tip number 7 for creating good videos on a mobile device is think about where you are recording it. Are you recording it on a set? Are you recording it outside? Are you on a desk where you can control it all? In that case, just make sure that it's tidy, it's neat. The focus is on who you want it to be. So in this case, I don't have shelves behind me. I have nothing to distract you just yet. Might do in the future. And I'm in control of my set. So it's always like this. It's always quite clean. It's always quite crisp. And it's always me as a focus. If you're going to have a desk or a computer thing behind yourself, then make sure it doesn't turn off halfway through talking. Or maybe avoid having clocks because then they can see as you edit time flying by. And if you're outside, make sure that you're somewhere that you can't be disturbed whilst recording. There's nothing wrong with having people running around in the background, but you don't want them running through your footage and you don't want them, you know, putting funny faces whilst you're doing things. At the end of the day, as long as you've recorded something, you can edit it. It doesn't matter if you're recording on a phone or a webcam or a DSLR. For more tricks and tips, there's a playlist up here dedicated to how you can make your videos even better and optimize them as well. But those are my tips on how you can make good videos on mobile phones. For more tricks and tips, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon so you're alerted every time I go live. Go out there, start creating.